Hey there, it's good to be back. It's good to have my own place for numerous reasons, but let's just get right into it, right? And let's be honest. The entertainment industry runs our culture. It has since it's been around. Have ideologies on either side, or all sides, destroyed our entertainment industry, and in turn started to deteriorate our culture, which, self-perpetuates? I recently made a video on my channel talking about how anti-SJWs and anti-feminists would react to older pieces of entertainment, or some older pieces of entertainment, if they were made today and were never made back then. Songs like Voices Carry by Till Tuesday, or Luca by Suzanne Vega.
My name is Luca.
Or movies like The Wiz. Well, to the anti-SJWs, anti-feminists, the songs would be claimed as feminist claptrap. People would be claiming, well, men get abused too, and The Wiz would get the same kind of treatment as the new Ghostbusters movie.
The power of penny compels you! Ow!
People in comments mentioned how movies like Blazing Saddles would be treated by the feminists and the SJWs, if they were released today. But a movie like that simply wouldn't be released today. At least, not something that you'd see in theaters. I suppose there could be something like that on a YouTube channel that got demonetized. And yet, Blazing Saddles is still something that I think is pretty hilarious once you take off your "I'm offended" glasses. A show like All in the Family could never be released today. No I Dream of Jeannie, no Bewitched, no The Honeymooners, no I Love Lucy. Even if the show were trying to depict how things really were at that time, it still wouldn't be released, or a boycott would come from one side or the other. I remember Dick Coughlin trying to make the claim that all this stuff has not ruined comedy. Well, I beg to differ.
John Cleese talking about political correctness and killing comedy. Unlike John Cleese, I'm someone who actually is currently still working in the circuits and in the industry.
It's ruined a lot more than just comedy. It's ruined the entire entertainment industry. And it's honestly ruined people's ability to have fun. And now when people try to bypass that, they end up being mean for the sake of being mean. Not really, honestly, for the sake of being funny. So it's either get offended at everything, or be as cruel as you possibly can. That's the kind of polarization we're left with. There appears to be no middle ground anymore. So yeah, it's no wonder why things are so volatile now. Everyone is uptight, everyone has their panties in a bind, everyone has a stick up their ass, and when people try to be funny, it's purely out of mean-spiritedness. We're collectively losing our minds. What happened? The more we break things apart, the more it starts to fall apart. What's the end game here? What is the goal out of all this getting offended at everything crap? Pop music has become more simple and mindless than ever. And just a reminder, I did say pop music, not all music. The entertainment industry only puts out things that are safe. And the number of things that are considered safe keeps getting reduced more and reduced more. So when it comes to music, if too few people understand more complex music, then they'll make sure that all that gets put out is simpler music, which is what we now have. In other forms of entertainment, if people are getting offended at just about everything, the industry will put out things that people can't really complain about and get any sort of traction in their complaints. So we get things like blood and guts, realistic effects, huge battles, fast action scenes, and scenes designed for people with attention spans that match the culture that comes from these. Look, you just got a notification in this movie on the big screen that an action scene is about to take place. Woohoo, what a great movie, right? Horror films are all about jump scares now. There's nothing that someone can complain about jump scares except that they're overdone. I mean, at least something that's overdone isn't something that someone can sue over. They certainly don't have to worry about lawsuits from that. Lawsuits or boycotts. They don't have to worry about lawsuits because a fight scene was too realistic, or that the special effects in a movie were too realistic. Those things are safe. Want to make a new Star Trek film? Simply remove all of the political messages, and don't try to get people to see how decent humanity can be. Just turn it into another sci-fi action film. With the moral lesson equivalent of a commercial for fabric softener.
I miss your nice fresh pillowcases.
You miss Downy, it's so pleasing. April freshness, that's one reason.
Yes, all of our sue-happy asses have destroyed one of the things that this country has always been best at. We've been the entertainment capital for a long time. And sadly, we still are. But it's all about putting out things that are socially, legally, and financially safe. We live in a society in which matches and fireworks have warning flammable written on them. If you buy a desk lamp, it comes with a document-length warning label stuck to the cord. A label that you have to cut off with scissors to remove it and chance cutting into the cord. And then we have all these physical stores in which the layout no longer is to allow the customer to come in, get what they want, and leave. It's all about forcing customers to walk through as many areas as possible in order to promote impulse buying. And then they wonder why online stores are putting physical stores out of business. But hey, they're making lots of money for now. So yeah, what happened? And what happens if it continues?